kind of funny that I put this on the board, but like I said, I always use real life scenario. No matter how dark things get for us, the sun will always shine through it, given enough time. No matter how dark things get for us, the sun will always shine through it, given enough time. If you give things time to grab hold and work, it will work. It will work. It's just, people have great ideas. People have suggestions. You know, and a lot of people say, they're just so quick they want to shoot it down before it even comes out. And then sometimes people say, you know, I'm discouraged before I even do something. So I have an idea, but I'm going to keep it to myself because I think it's stupid. And then somebody else creates it, and they say, oh my God, that's what I was thinking. And I kept it to myself. So I said, oh, okay, well, join the party. There's a lot of people in that regard. There's a lot of people in that regard. Like, when we have these ideas, we need to move on them. Move on them, right? Don't just wait for other people to do something. Say, that's what I meant to do. That's what I want to do. Find your place. All of us have it. Everyone has it. You know, me writing this book, I got further inspired. I might want to slow down and get right at the block and just, I don't feel like writing. But the book that I'm reading is a friend of mine's book who said she was going to do it. The book is out. The book is good, you know, and I just said, you know, she went from being a barber and a apartment complex director to still making time to do what she really wants to do, which is be an author, right? And you gotta start with one book before you go to two, don't you? Yep. You gotta get one book out there, and you get a second book, and you get the next thing you know, you're Terry McMillan, you know, you're Zane, you know, you're a lot of people, you know. So in this situation, when we talk about, of course, our mindset and what we want to do with ourselves, is we want to visualize where we want to be, what we want out of this life, and then we want to move toward it. So with CTAC, we definitely want to say, all right, this is the time you take ownership to your position, your respective position. What is it that we want to accomplish? What is it that I want to see myself doing, right? It could be a springboard to something else, but when you're in a certain situation, then be in that situation. Don't be in a situation and fantasize about another situation. Because while you do that, you take away from what you're actually doing. You can't be the best at what you do if you think about something else all the time. Okay? Your mind will not occupy two things at once effectively. Hear what I said. Effectively. I didn't say that it can't occupy two things at once. I'm just saying it won't be effective in the two things at once. Even when someone else says, man, this person's good at everything. Okay, they are, but they're not the best at any of them. And the only reason they're not the best at any of them is because they won't focus on one of them. That's when you hear people say the jack of all trades, but a master of none. Right? A jack of all trades is a master of none. And I say, oh, he's good at everything he does. Yes, but he's not the best at anything he does. Right?
Yeah.
And in the circle, it might be the best until they go into a bigger circle. Right? It's better to be quiet and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and prove it. Right?
It's so true. Though.
It is. If you think about what I said, break it down.
You will never know.
No. When you got a speaker in front of you, usually that speaker is speaking to you in front of you for a reason. Politicians, everything. I understand. People say, oh, he's a lying son of a blah, 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 blah. Right? Most politicians are. But here's the thing. Not all politicians go into it to lie.
Right.
What does happen is what their plans are, what they want to have happen, all the way up to the president, right, has to be voted on. They have to be supported on that. They can't just say, okay, we're going to stop raising taxes as of today.
Right.
Sign the bill, and everybody say, okay, kumbaya. Both the House of Representatives have to agree on it. They vote, but the majority has to agree for it to be passed. Capitol Hill has a lot more say in those regards than the president does, because they can veto his bill. And And they quite often do.